In the ancient city of Ur, surrounded by temples and idols, lived a man named Abram. His world was filled with trade, culture, and the worship of many gods. Yet Abram heard something different, the voice of the one true God. God called him to do the unthinkable.
Leave your country, your people, and your father's household, and go to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation.
There were no directions, no guarantees, only a promise. At 75 years old, Abram chose obedience over comfort. With his wife Sarai and his family, he stepped into the unknown. Abram traveled toward Canaan, a land he had never seen. Each step across the desert was a step of faith. God made an extraordinary covenant with him. Though Abram had no children, God promised descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky. Years passed, still no child. Doubt could have taken root. Fear could have turned him back. But Abram believed God's promise, even when circumstances said otherwise. God reaffirmed his promise and changed Abram's name to Abraham, meaning father of many. Sarai became Sarah. The name change was more than symbolic, it was prophetic. Though Sarah was far beyond childbearing age, God promised a son. Faith now required patience. Trust required endurance. Against all human expectation, Sarah gave birth to Isaac. Laughter filled their tent, a reminder that nothing is impossible for God. Isaac was more than a son. He was the living proof of God's faithfulness. Through him, the covenant would continue. Years later came a test that would define Abraham's faith. God asked him to offer Isaac on Mount Moriah. The command was heartbreaking. Isaac was not only his beloved son, he was the promise itself. Yet Abraham trusted completely. As he prepared to obey, God intervened and provided a ram in Isaac's place. The lesson was clear. Abraham trusted the promiser more than the promise. Abraham's faith established a foundation for generations. Through his descendants came nations, kings, and prophets. Today, billions of Jews, Christians, and Muslims recognize Abraham as a spiritual father. His story is not simply ancient history, it is a timeless example of courage, obedience, and unwavering faith. Abraham began as one man in a distant land, but he became the father of nations. He left home without knowing where he was going. He believed in a promise when it seemed impossible. He trusted God even in his hardest test.